Philadelphia Orchard Project is a nonprofit that plants and supports community orchards in the city of Philadelphia. We work with community partners all over the city. We currently have 68 different sites that we're working at. These include schools, recreation centers, parks, historic sites, urban farms, community gardens, houses of worship.
We have communities, our partners, come to us and let us know we want an orchard. And basically, we ask them, what does that look like for you? What does that mean? We want them to have as much agency and autonomy to decide what these community orchards look like.
So POP was founded in 2007, really with a vision to address a couple of challenges that Philadelphia faces. So one of those being that we have the highest poverty rate of the 10 largest cities in the United States, with fully over a quarter of the population below the poverty line, and chronic diet-related disease and health challenges associated with limited access to fresh produce. At the same time, we've got 40,000 vacant lots in Philadelphia and over 10,000 acres of public parkland. And so the vision was to use some of these underutilized green spaces to grow perennial crops.
What we are doing here is teaching people how they can have autonomy and agency over how they get to grow their food long term. When we plant things perennially, it means that we plant it one time and it keeps coming back. And I think there is a lot of empowerment that comes from being able to plant something once and create a relationship with it and sustain it.
In thinking of what has changed from when POP first started in 2007 until now, we know that the climate has continued to change. It has meant hotter summers, it has meant more intense storms, it has meant different pests and diseases that have come through. And so when we think about what did we plant then, what are we going to plant in the future, we really need to think about what are the plants that are going to be able to exist and be productive and be fruitful in this climate in the future.
And so we need to do the research, we need to adapt, we need to learn how to work with this new climate that we're inheriting and that we're giving to future generations.
And so one of the things that we are doing more experimentation with at the Learning Orchard and with some of our partners is, what are those plants going to look like?
We have what had been a softball field for many years. We're now going to be building a high tunnel, a greenhouse there. And that's actually where we're going to do a lot of our experimentation with climate resilient plants. So we're going to be planting zone 8 crops that aren't quite viable outside yet, but we think in the coming years they probably will be. So we're going to be growing hardy citrus like yuzu and kumquats. We're going to be growing olives in there. We're going to be growing loquat, pomegranate, and Chilean guavas, pineapple guavas. And so we're going to learn how to grow these things, and we're going to be ready as the climate continues to change to share this knowledge with our partners and with the public in Philadelphia.
We can bring the ecological benefits of planting trees, expanding the city's tree canopy, but also bring more food resources into neighborhoods. Today we are standing outside the POP Learning Orchard at the Woodlands, which is our educational hub and demonstration orchard located at Woodland Cemetery in West Philadelphia.
All the yield here, whether that's fruit or whether that's the annual production, goes to different emergency food services and organizations. So one of those is Food Not Bombs West Philly that does weekly distribution of food. And another is an organization called Get Fresh Daily that's based out of the Global Leadership Academy in West Philadelphia. They're an incredible program that basically offers nutrition and wellness education that is centered on the Black community here in Philadelphia. We like to offer resources, extended education and orchard care. It's basically a program where we are training people in the community to know how to take care of the trees in the orchard. So it's just not just a one-time volunteer commitment. It's them saying, I'm committed to this space, I'm committed to this land, and I want to learn how to sustain it and take care of it.
So we've created a lot of written resources that you can print and have with you. So one that is really helpful is a monthly orchard task list. So it's going to go month by month and tell you what you should be doing in your orchard at that time for pest and disease management, for tree care, what you should be harvesting, what you should be thinking about. So that really helps organize your thoughts. We have a pest and disease guide, so no matter how well you're doing this, you're gonna have pest and disease issues. And this is a picture guide will help you identify what's going on. We also have workshops. We curate about 25 different workshops throughout the year, and they are on orchard care, how to take care of your trees and your orchard plants, and also how to take the abundant fruit that's growing around us and how to use it for culinary, medicinal, and cultural purposes, and we use community educators to teach those classes.
If you have access to internet, go on phillyorchards.org. We have a list of events, we have a list of workshops. That is the best landing place to kind of see what we're doing. I will say you'll surprise yourself with how you'll feel when you get your hands in the earth. I just say just try it once and see how you feel. And I promise you at the end of those 3 hours, you'll feel like you made a difference.